Well, good morning, everyone. How are we all doing? Apologies for the lack of streams over the weekend, but I'm back now better than ever, bringing you all the latest and greatest Manchester United news. And trust me, we have a lot to talk about today. How are we doing, everyone? Good morning, Jonathan. How are we doing, mate? Had a good weekend? Let me know. How was your weekend? How was your weekend, chat? Let me know. Let me know whether you're joining us live or whether you're joining us in a couple hours' time. Please let me know, start off today on a nice Monday morning, which deal you're looking forward to the most discussing this week. Which one? Is it Ugarte? Is it the new Jadon Sancho deal? Maybe it's one of the academy talks we're going for. Maybe are you waiting for the centre-back talks for players like Ligt? Maybe even Jared Vanthwaite. Let me know, chat. How are we doing, Joshy boy? You doing well, mate? Oh, I hope we're all doing well. Morning, Andre. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Give it 1 minute, let some more people filter in, and we'll get straight into it. Good morning, Kyle. Hope we're always doing well. Bocca the MC, as usually, we are here. Thank you, mate. 1 more minute, chat. 1 more minute, we'll get straight into it. Good morning, Edward. Good evening from Malaysia. Good evening to you, my friend. I love how diverse this community is. I love it. Ugarte, definitely. Well, we do have a lot of news to be talking about. Sancho, bye-bye to Srinindi. Well, should we get into it already, chat? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MPB Morning Show. I'm your host, Alex, at Alex Talks All, and it very much feels like the calm before the storm, with thunderous transfer news seemingly poised to strike at every moment as Manchester United continue to work simultaneously on multiple incomings and outgoings. However, before we get into any of that, I would like to express my love, support and appreciation for former Manchester United goalkeeper and academy graduate Dean Henderson, who tragically announced the news that his father had passed away over the weekend. I'd just like to wish all my support to him and his Dean's family on behalf of everyone at the MPB Morning Show, and I'm sending him all of our love. Once a United player, always a United player. Dean, like all of our academy graduates, knew just how important Carrington is to Manchester United Football Club. He knew everything. And it seems like Ineos have seen the same idea in mind as they go after not only the top academy graduates in the country, but also going after some really young, obscure talents. And there's two names we're going to be starting off today's stream with are Rios and Chido Obi Martin. So Ricardo Rios, I think that's how say his name, or Richard Rios, a Colombian 24-year-old from Rios. We were linked to him today. Manchester United are preparing an offer of around £17 million for Palmeiras midfielder Richard Rios. United have already made contact to signal they will make a bid. Chat, this surprised me. A name I've never heard of before, a name I don't think any of us have ever heard of. Chat, let me know if you've even watched a game of him before. Did a bit of research this morning. He's quite a funky little player. He's 24 years old, but only made the jump to professional football 11-a-side when he was 19 years old. Up until then, he was a futsal player, a street baller. It's literally, it's what he was. He played smaller-sided games, focused on trickery, focused on all of that, and he only made that adjustment recently. And the fact that he's gone from 19 years old, never really playing professional football, to now starting for Colombia and being an integral part of that side in the Copa America. It's huge. So this is a talent that really shouldn't be sort of misjudged in any way. Yes, he's 24 years old, playing for Palmeiras. But then again, he's needed that adjustment. Chat, is this a sort of obscure, fun signing that you're interested in seeing Manchester United make? To me, it's very, very, very good. I think it's a very Christopher Vivell sort of deal. He's someone who is renowned for going into these obscure markets and picking the best out of the bunch. The hidden gems, the cheaper options, that is what he is phenomenal at. So I'm really looking forward to this. Do I think it will materialise? I doubt it. I'd love for, I don't know, us to maybe look at players like this. I don't think Rios is someone we're going to be actively moving for at the moment. I think it's to gain interest from clubs like Brighton or something, says Jay Walsh. Milan are linked to him. AC Milan are linked to him. And you know what? I don't think they're interested in being beaten to the punch by Manchester United once again. So I see this as our name being used by agents in order to generate a bit of a fee. That's what I see. How you doing, Alex, mate? How you doing, pal? You doing good? You're doing good. I've only seen clips, but looks like an interesting profile. I've not watched a second of him. Whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on YouTube clips, I've not seen a second of Rios. So, look, I don't know. Chat, would you like a deal like that? Would you like a deal? I think it's his agent using Manchester United. Yeah. It makes sense. Cubis, I watched his highlights, not really impressed. His ball control is quite reckless and not silky smooth. I'm more excited about Newpan from Rosenberg. That's another young signing we're looking at making. Academy Scoop is a name we're going to be using a lot on the stream today. He is one of our fantastic journalists coming up through the moments. And you know what? I'm really, really impressed from him. Talk about Rios. I am, mate. And I'm quite, by the sounds of it, I'm quite underwhelmed. You lot aren't really... Anyone else watched him? You lot aren't saying rave reviews about him. But I like it. I like a sort of obscure deal. I like us going after players like that. They're cheaper. They're often more inclined to play for United. And diamonds in the rough are how Liverpool built their side. Remember, Jurgen Klopp wanted what? Julian Draxler and Julian Brandt. Michael Edwards, the man who built that Liverpool team, said, no. I'm going to give you Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane and Bobby Firmino and build an absolute monstrous side. So look, that's what I'm sort of going with this situation. Trust the structure. Trust Ravel, trust those who know what they're talking about. And if it's Rios, yeah, go ahead. Why not? Is he a 6 or an 8? I don't have a Scooby, mate. Honestly, I am the last person. Ask the chat. Chat, is he a 6? Is he an 8? Is he a 10? Let me know, chat. If we can get 35 to 40 million pounds for Sancho and get Ugarte for an additional 20 to 30 million pounds, hopefully we can also negotiate a deal for Simmons. See, we'll be talking about Ugarte and Sancho later. It's going to be a whole PSG segment on the channel today, chat. A huge PSG segment is what we're going to have. I watched him for Colombia. He's an interesting player, good on the ball and tenacious. Not really what you think when you say futsal, though. Chat, I played at uni. I play with a top futsal player, like an 11-a-side kickabout sort of thing. They're fantastic on the ball. I wouldn't usually say tenacious is the word to describe them. They're silky smooth. They're top on the ball. Tricks galore. I love playing with them. So it's like, I don't know. Tenacious is seemingly quite a backwards word I'd use for futsal. Anyway. Speaking about one sort of not underground, but funky signing. One signing that is very much geared towards Manchester United and our heritage, Le Camington, the theatre of dreams. We've had an academy graduate in our lineup since what? What year? Chat, mods, find that out for me. What's the academy graduate stat? Someone find that out for me, please, mods. And of course, it is Chido Obi Martin, the Arsenal graduate, the Arsenal superstar, scoring 7 goals in one game against Liverpool. He's seen as the next Robin van Persie by several Arsenal fans. He looks like a superstar. Academy Scoop broke the news and has been constantly linking us to him throughout the last, few days? It's been like, 4 or 5 days now? CM Moff is out, and again, another journalist who's really rising to the cream of the crop this summer. He says Manchester United are confident they'll win the race for Chido Obi Martin. He wants to stay in England, not move to Germany. Eintracht Frankfurt and Borussia Dortmund are also interested. No decision has been made yet. Chat, before I get into your opinions from this, let me talk about the way United have been described by several rival fans in recent days. Going after Chido Obi Martin, people have said it smells a bit fishy. That why on earth would a young player want to come to United in its current state? Why would you want to? Why would you want to come to a club that, I don't know, always promotes academy graduates? People say there's so much pressure on young players nowadays. It's unnecessary. Manchester United cause young players to flail, fall about, their careers collapse. You know what? No. It's the exact opposite. Look at the FA Cup final this year. Who scored the 2 goals that beat Manchester City? Who, chap? Who? Oh, wait, no, I know. It's Kobbie Mainoo. Alejandro Garnacho, two of Eric Ten Hag's starmen, the ones who he's pushed through on his own. Yes, sure, you can say they were always going to break out. Eric Ten Hag gave them the environment to flourish. He turned Mainoo from a specifically first full progressor into an all-action 8 that dominated in the England setup in the Euros this year. Alejandro Garnacho, he bought in the previous year, and look what he's done for Manchester United since he's risen to the top. Manchester United is where young players start. Same as Lenny Yoro. We think we've had graduates since 1937. Chat. Like, come on. Like, there's no better place for young talent to come. People can say, oh, we're stockpiling players. Chat. Do you think it's fair bringing Obi Martin through when we already have Xerxes and Højlund, 2 young forwards? Is it fair? I heard people say, oh, we're stockpiling players. There's no clear pathway. So? Just because you have competition doesn't mean you can't prove yourself. You're proving yourself against the best. And the one thing United have always done is we've always given opportunities. No matter your age, no matter your sort of place in the squad, if you have the ability, you will get chances at Manchester United Football Club. And people can't see that. People can't see that. First club to have 2 teenage scorers in an FA Cup final, and both of them are academy graduates. Like, come on. Our rival fans are so jealous in what we're doing at Manchester United Football Club. And youth is in our DNA. From the Busby Babes, to Sir Alex Ferguson, to the class of 92, to Cristiano Ronaldo, to Marcus Rashford and Jesse Lingard in the 2010s, to Kobe Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho in the start of the 2020s. This is Manchester United Football Club. It's why Chido Obi Martin, Lenny Yoro want to come to the club. People are saying, oh, we're just throwing money at them. That's why they want to come. No. No, chat. We are the biggest club in the world and we are the best at promoting young talent. That's why they want to come. How are we feeling about Chido Obi Martin then? I've spoken enough, chat. Let's hear about you. Have any of you watched him at all? Have any of you watched him much? I've seen clips, not much more. Any youth sort of people here? Obi who? Chido Obi Martin, my friend. That's who it is. 100% fantastic deal. 10 goals versus Liverpool. 7 v Norwich. That is insane. We are signing a Robin Van Persie regen on his right foot. From what I've seen of him clips-wise, he's a tall, dominant striker. He's physically above his peers. And people could say, oh, that's just cheating. You're always going to be that. Kobe Mainoo was clearly above his peers physically, and it's translated wonderfully into the senior game. So look, that's how it is. He would join because we're good at developing young talent. We're not good, we are the best. Name me a club better at developing young talent, apart from Barcelona. They're the only club that can somewhat compete. Mark Hyman says, why there are always reports and club has agreed on terms with the player, but club never gets to sign the player. How long has United had agreement with Ugarte, but still not signed him? Mate, I think you're asking too much. You will talk about the Ugarte bit in a second, but it takes time. It takes time. I like Rios more than Ugarte. Musa, how much have you watched of him? How much have you watched? How much have you watched of him? Obi Martin is someone for 4 to 5 years' time, not now, so I don't think we're stockpiling. Then again, we've got Ethan Wheatley in the academy. McNeil, Joe Hugo. I didn't watch the Rangers game. I saw the highlights. What a finish from Hugo. That pass from Oyedele and that sort of off the crossbar and in. Ruben Nistelrooy was congratulating him afterwards, and not a surprise, to be honest. It was a wonderful finish. Already fantastic, 10 out of 10 signing. Obi and Yoro, 2 most exciting players this summer. I think they're so exciting. They're so exciting, chat. Look, G Wolf United Gaming says, look, we even gave McTominay a debut from the graduates. That must prove we can give Tom, Dick and Harry a go. Don't insult Scott, chat. Don't insult Scott. I love Scott McTominay. He is the best academy player in England. Is he? Cher Lacey would have a word. There's also a couple younger talents who I think even Academy Scoop admits are on par, if not better, with Obi Martin. Real Madrid are developing young talent. What? When was the last time a Real Madrid player came through their academy? Let me know, because I don't know. I don't know. McNeil already gone, is he? Oh, Cubis, it's broke my heart, mate. Is he already gone? Oh, heartbreak. Barca have a factory churning up talent, not a youth academy. Oh, La Masia, Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Xavi. Jesus Christ, what a football club. Oyedele is fantastic, silky player. Although Rich Fay's report says that isn't Jack Fletcher above Oyedele in Ten Hag's estimation. So chat, you don't want to be going anywhere today. We are breaking down the future of the market for Manchester United, looking at Jadon Sancho, Bruno Fernandes potentially on the way out of the football club this summer, as well as who is coming in. Manuel Ugarte, he is the man from PSG, rumoured to be coming in, as well as a few other people who might just surprise you. And as always, it's a Monday morning. We usually get loads of news, so you don't want to miss a step, as I might be bringing you breaking news today. Is it too much to ask for us to buy an established, proven player? Manuel Ugarte, Joshua Zirkzee. Wait, have patience, my friend. Have patience. Premium, fantastic talent, defending in any form of junior level. Every under 23 is horrendous, so you can only tell if a player will make it once they start training with the first team. Most don't. You can get a good knack, though. You can get a good knack. And chat, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you smash the like button and please hit the subscribe button as well. Over 65% of you who are watching right now, over 130 of you aren't subscribed to the channel. And personally, It's a bit unfair. Show your support. We're aiming for 10,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. I'd love to get even close to that target. All your support is incredible. McNeil went last year. Good God. What a shame. What a shame. I saw Rios play against Argentina. He was so superb. Fair enough, Musa. Fair enough. That finish from Hugo on Saturday was a rude finish. Hey, there we go, Joshy boy. Alex Ligt or Anthony Day. Oh, or Alphonso Davies. God, my basketball brain was on then. I'd go with I would go with I'd go with Alphonso. I'll go with Alphonso. There's other news on there's other left backs we can go for. Speaking facts, putting fake news on Twitter, you prat. Sancho is staying at United and your crap Garnacho will be on the bench this season. Well, that's a bit harsh, don't you think, mate? That sounds a bit harsh. Simpson says, you sound like you're from Manchester. Where are you from? I'm not from Manchester, mate. I'm not from Manny. I go to uni in Bristol. I'll tell you that. Power PSG gives 120 million for Bruno. We should take it. He will be 30 in September. Well, chat. I think it's time we go on to the PSG news. I've waited long enough. We'll go talk about outgoings first because that's the more pressing matter. But of course, Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United will be a topic of conversation today. Don't you worry. Let's talk, chat. Let's talk about Jadon Sancho first to Paris Saint-Germain. So Santi broke the news. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Let me find it. He said PSG are close to reaching an agreement on personal terms with Jadon Sancho of Manchester United Football Club. Well, let's break this down. Santi, by the way, has been phenomenal this summer. Absolutely phenomenal. He's got it spot on with pretty much most of Manchester United news. He has been superb. So I'm not disagreeing with him here. I think he's absolutely spot on. Are close to reaching an agreement on personal terms. The fact they're that close, to me, shows an intention to bid. There will be a bid from Paris Saint-Germain this summer. And it makes a lot of sense. And I already know this chat are going to tell me, they're going to say, oh, let's do a Jadon Sancho, Manuel Ugarte swap deal. Chat, would you want that? You know what? No. Would you want that? Let's ask you the question. Would you swap Sancho for Ugarte? Let me know, chat. I'm intrigued. So I'm expecting a load of yeses. I'm actually expecting 85% plus on these yeses. Let's see. Powered by a creative winger, we have Amad Diallo in the academy, in our setup at the moment. He might just be a top 2 winger at the football club. He might not be number 2. Chat. I'm very sceptical about Ligt. Could he become a new Maguire signing? If he's anything like Maguire, I'm chuffed. I'm absolutely chuffed. Honestly. Woke up on the wrong side of the bed, car. 40 mil for Sancho and run. I mean, 96% of you are saying yes. You would swap Jadon Sancho for Manuel Ugarte. Chat, let me tell you something. I disagree quite sincerely. I disagree. Massively, in fact. We shouldn't swap them. We should both sell them to each other for around 50, 45, 60 million pounds. Why? PSR. We have lost money on Jadon Sancho. PSG are pretty much going to lose money on Manuel Ugarte. PSR restrictions are clamping us down. Instead of swapping them, like for like, we should be selling them to each other to release the burden on us a little bit. Because remember, it's not about buying in that sense. It's about the profit you get on players. And by selling them for not even a profit, but even a slight loss in Sancho's case and a slight profit in Ugarte's case, we're helping each other out. We'll help the books out. So look, would I swap them? No. Would I sell them to each other in essentially a swap, but a very similar price? Yes. Yes, I would. If I'm being completely honest with you, that's where I see this Jadon Sancho deal going. That's why I think they're interested. They were looking at Desiree Doué. They're moving on Javi Simmons. They need a creative force. It makes sense to bring in Jadon Sancho. This deal makes a lot of sense all over. Alex said PSG wants Sancho, then Rashford must have turned them down. Rashford's not going anywhere this summer. Rashford is not going anywhere. What is going on between Man United and Bayern Munich? We're waiting to sell players, mate. We're waiting to sell players, Daniel. We're waiting. PSG going to look scary with Sancho, Osimhen and Neves. They would look terrible. Sancho and Osimhen is going to be ridiculous. Honestly. I mean, since I spoke, I'm quite happy to say the votes have gone down to yes. 80% yes. So I'm ending that poll and making myself feel quite smart. I think Sancho would do for PSG. Honestly, chat, would you be happy to see Jadon Sancho go to PSG? And if he does go, do you think he'll do well? Do you want him to do well? Let me know your honest opinions on Jadon Sancho to PSG. I'll read all of them out in the chat. Walter Ten Hag White says, I am the danger, mate. I'm terrified. Shivering in my boots behind the screen. Shivering in my boots. Cuba says, would you sell Sancho and Bruno to PSG and sign Ugarte, Simon and Batinha in return? If Bruno Fernandes was to leave Manchester United to go to Paris Saint-Germain, the only way I would go about it would be if I could bring in Xavi Simons. He is one of the 3 players in world football who I think are capable of replacing Bruno Fernandes. Those 3 are Florian Wirtz, Jamal Musiala and Xavi Simons. The only 3 players in world football who can replace Bruno Fernandes are those names. The only names. Sancho would cook in that league. If he is out of our club, then we don't really care. I disagree, mate. I want Sancho to thrive. I want him to do well. Look, I get he struggled a bit. I get he fell out with the fans. But he committed to United. He went over that hill. He got over that hump with Everton Hug. Showed maturity, showed growth. I want him to succeed wherever he goes. I think, you know what, alongside Osimhen, chat, honestly, it'll be a monstrous performance next year. Absolutely monstrous. We need 4. Choose the 4 wingers you want us to keep. And there's your answer. I'd rather have 5. I'd rather have 2 starting right winger, starting left winger, backup right winger, backup left winger, and a winger who can start other side. That's what I do. But then again, Bruno can play both sides. Mason Mount could just about play both sides. That's what I'd go with it. Palacios or Ugarte? Neither. I mean, if I was being really picky, but out of those 2, Ugarte. Carl Duncan Simmons is rubbish, so overhyped. Chat, here we go. Our first little proper poll of today. Who would you rather have for the next 5 years? So, no, who would you rather have right now? Stay with me, chat. Stay with me. Xavi Simons. Is it 1M or 2Ms for Simons? I think it's 1M, isn't it? Isn't it 1? Kyle agree on Sancho, disagree on Xavi though. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But let's look at the Bruno Fernandes link, shall we? Let's look at the Is it reasonable? Is it somewhat plausible what's going to happen? PSG strongly appreciate Bruno Fernandes. Let's look at the words. First of all, the reporter. Tanzaloic, superb reporter for French news, for French club news, for PSG. He is top tier. So look, anything he's going to say, I agree. And also, he's not trying to sort of manipulate or say, oh, Bruno wants to come as well. He's very, very, very honest. He says, PSG strongly appreciate Bruno Fernandes. The words strongly appreciate. There is a desire. In the same way, I strongly appreciate Kylie Jenner. I strongly appreciate it. Never going to happen, but I strongly appreciate the same sort of thing here with PSG. It's not really there's nothing substantial there yet. There's no reciprocation for Bruno Fernandes. There's not even a hint that there's there. There's also not a hint that Bruno Fernandes doesn't want to go to PSG. That's right now it's a very tenuous link, but the fact that PSG have announced to the world that, look, we like Bruno Fernandes, suggests maybe there's an intention to engage in talks with Bruno's camp and maybe a little bit more. Here you go, chat. Have the Xavi Simons poll. Go crazy with it. Go crazy. But that's the way I look at the Bruno Fernandes situation. At the moment, there's no real chance of it happening. But look, say they don't get Sancho, I think they'll get desperate, and I think they'll throw a lot of money at Bruno Fernandes. Chat, how much would you sell Bruno Fernandes for? To me, £90 million, £100 million plus. That is the minimum. It's a nothing burger, says Joshy Roy. It's not nothing, because PSG have chosen to broadcast this news. I suspect, and I talked to Ugarte, in maybe very tenuous talks with Jadon Sancho, PSG expressed their desire for bringing in Bruno Fernandes to their football club. And you know what? We in return probably went, cool. What about Xavi Simons? And they probably went, no. Ain't happening. Oh no, mate. Oh no. You can't replace Bruno with Simons, what we're doing. We need more than Wirtz, Odegaard type of player. No. Xavi Simons is a superb footballer. He is superb, chat. £200 million, says David T. That's outrageous. No, no chat. Kadali says PSG come big money, 80 million. Pounds is 120 million pounds, 80 to 90 million pounds to Jonathan Ball. I would rather have Bruno, but if the bid is big enough, I would be tempted. The thing with Simmons is, how old is he? Like what, 21, 22? Maybe even a bit younger. Let me check. How old is Simmons, mods? So then, welcome to the stream, my friend. How you doing, mate? Can you find out how old Simmons is for me, please? He has everything which Bruno has, and maybe even a little bit more. He's got that sort of hero ball capacity. I think he's even a little bit more disciplined than Bruno. He's got that ability to ping a ball out of nowhere, maybe even a little bit more technically secure. He's quicker on the ball. He can dribble better. He can drive through that midfield, something we've lacked for a long time, and something which Bruno can't really give us. He's never been wanted to beat a man. The only sort of beating a man I can think of is the goal maybe against Spurs all those years ago, where Bruno nutmegs a man, gave it out to Mason Greenwood also immediately, put the ball into Cavani to head it in. That's the only time I remember Bruno beating a man. So for me, Xavi Simmons gives us more than what Bruno Fernandes can offer at the moment, which is huge. That is huge. He's also has got a hell of a ball striking capability. That's what I love about my 10s and 8s. You want that ability to score from distance. Bruno Fernandes, time and time again, has showed he is capable. The lob over Pickford during lockdown against Everton. The Eric Cantona-esque celebration. The goal against, was it Galatasaray? From all of 30, 35 yards out. That is what Bruno Fernandes can give. And I was sold on Xavi Simmons against England when he broke my heart all of 5-10 minutes into the game and hit that thunderbolt into the top left corner, beating Jordan Pickford, an immovable object for England's look. That's when I was fully sold on Simmons, but I truly saw his goal-scoring capabilities from deep. So that's why I'm going for it. That's why I'm so sold on Xavi Simmons. Florian Wirtz, the exact same thing. Same sort of creativity, ball-striking ability. He is the more like-for-like sort of swap with Xavi Simmons. Xavi Simmons is more of a slightly different profile. Jamal Musiala, he's the best 10 in world football. And that's why I'd swap them. He's 21 as well. He's got so many years. He's got so long. We're not signing Xavi, though, says WY. Why not? Bayern Munich are either on Desiree Doué or Xavi Simmons. At the moment, Desiree Doué seems a more likely move for them. I can see that happening a lot more than Xavi Simmons at the moment. Xavi Simmons belongs to PSG and is looking to leave. They're looking to sign Jadon Sancho. Who else is looking for a winger? Manchester United Football Club. He's not on his level yet. Yet he's 21. As we've just sort of clarified, he's 21 years old, chat. He's 21 years old. Simmons has pace. That's a plus point over Bruno. But creative ability still lacks. Bruno is miles clear of Xavi in passing and creating. He's 21. He still hasn't learned that much yet. Give him time and good things will come. Chat, stay along for the stream. Make sure you smash that like button. We're at 50 likes so far and we're halfway through the stream. If we can hit 100 likes today, that would mean the world. And as always, we're aiming for 10,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. We're at 5.5 right now. Any support would be greatly appreciated by me. Bro, are there any Eze links? Look at Spurs, mate. That's where he's going, if anywhere. That's where he's going. I like we're looking at South American players, though. We'll be looking more and more at them as time goes on, brother. Trust me. Trust me. Manuel Ugarte is the next name we're going to be talking about, as well as a midfield revamp. Toby Collier, Zuma Mendy, and also Adrian Rabiot will all be discussed in a minute. PSG have already put out Xavi as only available for loan, if I'm not mistaken. If they take Bruno, they have a little bit of bargaining power, I feel. That's the thing. If Bruno leaves this summer, then I could see Xavi Simmons coming to our football club. However, 69% of you do think Bruno is a better player and you would rather have Bruno than Xavi Simmons. So chat, to end the stream, no, not to end the stream, to end this segment, do you think Xavi Simmons will ever be better than Bruno Fernandes? Let me know, yes or no. There's over 140 of you in the stream right now. I want to see a stream, ignore the pun, of yeses or nos. Let's get everybody involved. I want to see what you lot are feeling. We can't gamble letting Bruno go for Simmons. It's not a gamble. You have to take risks. You have to take risks. And Simmons, to me, is a good enough risk for me. He's a good enough presser as well. Yeah, fair enough. No, Ugarte, I want João Neves. He's off to bloody, he's off to PSG as well, isn't he? That's where he's off to. Manuel Ugarte in a second, chat. You don't want him missing it. The midfield revamp. What is that midfield going to look like next year? Well, I think I have a pretty good idea. David says yes. Jay Walsh says not a chance. The undeniable Dylan, undeniable, my friend, says maybe. Johnny Hill, yes, because I think Bruno is actually overrated. Bit harsh. Almost 60 million clear from Javi. No. I think if Olmo's going to go anywhere, it'll be a Champions League side. If he's going to go anywhere, pardon me, chat, it'll be Man City. That's what's going. Danny Olmo, no. Javi Simmons is a better player than Danny Olmo. I'm dying on that hill, chat. I can see that going down quite badly, actually. Chat, am I wrong for that? Is Javi Simmons a better player than Danny Olmo? Let me know. Because Simmons will be a centre forward or something. Not a chance. His frame is far too small for top level football. Far too small. No club nowadays plays a false nine. No top club consistently plays it. Sonny Milan says, why are you cutting players in Europe? All the Euro competitions, you're just cutting a prey. What do you mean, mate? What do you mean? Anyway, chat, Manuel Ugarte, I put him off long enough. So over the weekend, apologies for not being around, chat. My voice was gone and I was in London for a bit. But over the weekend, we were told from Fabrizio Romano that Manuel Ugarte has informed PSG that he wants to join Manchester United. This is important on two reasons. One of them is, hopefully, Ugarte is going to put some pressure on the board to maybe, just maybe, lower the demands. At the moment, they're asking for 70 million euros, which I think we've all agreed is ridiculous. We've got a Ligt update I'll bring to you straight after we talk about... One second. Falk, apparently. Oh, wow. Okay, apparently put a bid in for Ligt, chat. We'll talk about it in a second. Here we go. Manchester United offered 35 million euros for Matthijs de Ligt. FC Bayern has rejected the offer. FC Bayern demand 50 million euros plus add-ons. Bayern have to sell players to buy new players. Negotiations between the club continue. Chat, that might be the first official bids for Matthijs de Ligt by the football club. We have sort of shown an interest, but Matthijs de Ligt to Manchester United might be heating up. Jared Branthwaite has shown that he is not an option for United. He is not pressuring Everton, and it seems to be Everton are not refusing to sell. Everton are refusing to sell Jared Branthwaite, so Matthijs de Ligt seems to be the option. An official bid might have just gone through to Bayern Munich, rejected very swiftly. How are we feeling about that, chat? How are we feeling? Still saying they want 50 million. I mean, it's what they're saying. Kiris Davies and de Ligt for how many million? I can't see that. I've got something hiding it. Okay. I'm going to see if there's any reaction to that. It gets done for 40 plus 5. Chat, right now, before we get back to Ugarte, I'm going to wait for some more de Ligt news. What do you think the de Ligt deal gets done at? What do you think that finalises at? To me, it'll be around what? 35 plus 10 is sort of what I'm looking at. 40 plus 5. I think someone said that already. Premium said it. Yeah, that's what I go with it. That's what I'd say. So, shall we go back to Ugarte, chat? The PSG segment I was talking so fondly about. We then hear about the him only wants to play for United. It's also really important. Other clubs were sniffing about Manuel Ugarte. I've heard that Liverpool yet again have been beaten to the pulp by Manchester United for Manuel Ugarte. I've heard they were looking at him. I heard they were interested. Several Liverpool in the nose expressed that to me. And look, yet again, they've fallen short of the hurdle, and the hurdle being the size of Manchester United Football Club. So look, that's a nice little win for us. A little ego boost, and look, makes me rather happy. But again, we also hear that, where is it? Santi said Manchester United and PSG are close to reaching an agreement for the transfer of Manuel Ugarte. Chat, this seems a bit of a... I mean, no, it's not a lie. It's not close in time, in my opinion. The way Santi painted the picture of this deal, as we all do, I'm a journalist. I use clickbait. Santi used a little bit of clickbait here as well. It's not close in terms of time. It's not close. We've always heard the next few days. That's when it's going to get done. I suspect by the end of the week, we will hear more. Maybe even a here we go for Manuel Ugarte by the end of the week. But what it does mean is logistically we're very, very, very close to this deal. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. I think we're this close. Honestly, I think with Ugarte pushing PSG, saying he only wants to come to United, PSG need to sell to bring in anyone else, to bring in João Neves. They need cash, they need help on their PSR. They're looking at Sancho as well. It shows that we're trying to come to a compromise, to an agreement on a similar fee to go for. Also, chat, if we sell Jadon Sancho and bring in Ugarte, does that mean we don't have to sell Scott McTominay? Because that would make me rather happy. We got new Ligt news. Have we got more Ligt news? Or is it still the CF Bayern stuff? So I've read that out, chat. I've read that out. Okay. Cool. Sorry, chat. Sorry, just making sure I don't miss anything. I think we're trying to do outgoings first. I mean, for Ugarte, I don't really know. I think the fact that we're thinking about moving Sancho there makes me think maybe we're not trying to move on Scott McTominay and check Christian Falk again. Again? Is there more news? Chat, you're sending me all over the place today. I've checked it, WY. Brother, I've seen it. I've seen it. 10 million in Sancho for Ugarte? No. It'll be just for PSR reasons. It'll be two similar bids. That's what it'll be. And it brings someone who can pass the ball and has legs. You lot hate Scott. It says Bayern want 15 million plus add-ons. Every club taking the piss. It does feel like every club is trying to see, is the old Manchester United there? Is the club who would have paid £80 million to Jared Branthwaite still at the football club? Manuel Ugarte. PSG apparently want 70 million euros. I expect it will be done for less. Bayern Munich want 50 million pounds in total. I disagree. I think that's ludicrous. 40 plus 5, 45 plus 5 makes the most sense. It seems like everyone is trying to push us. And look, I don't really see anything major happening at the moment. LA Matthew saying there's nothing new. Is it not an official bid, mate? Is it not a bid? The way Falk worded it like a bid, mate. That's how he worded it. And that's why I'm intrigued by it, because he said we made a bid. I don't know if it's just a very I don't know if it's just a verbal communication or if it's an actual official. I don't know. That's why I'm a bit more intrigued by it. The wording is interesting. The wording is very interesting of that tweet. Alex, how good is Yori? He is the best defender in world football based on the Rangers game. No, I'm kidding. He's a top talent who will show flashes of brilliance this season, show flashes of greatness, but also what you have to understand, he's an 18-year-old kid playing an incredibly tough position. It's so much more difficult to play as a defender than an attacker. Because if you make a mistake, it's a goal going in. If you make a mistake on another end, you always get another go. Being a defender, being a six, having those sort of roles is really rather difficult. The pressure on you is usually so much higher than being an attacker. Yes, it is. I meant nothing new from Falk. Yeah, no. Okay, so we have had an official bid. Okay, that shows intention. Yeah, no, there's not another Falk update. This chat is so annoying at making me run Evans all the time on Twitter. It's ridiculous. Chat. You're appalling me. Falk will be the best source of this deal. I'm getting excited. I'm surprised Plettigol nor Orny have said anything. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting more news on that very, very soon. So chat, don't go anywhere. If you don't want to miss any Ligt news, stay on the stream. Stay with me. You won't miss a beat. He is so Varane likes his Carl Duncan. It does feel like the passing of the torch, doesn't it? It does feel like the passing of the torch. Have you not seen where Varane's going on retirement, essentially? It looks beautiful. Como looks stunning. I'm so jealous. I'd retire there. I'd give up all my money if I could live there. Honestly, it's sensational. But Manuel Ugarte, going back to him, while we wait for more Ligt news, how are we feeling about Ugarte, chat? Do you think he's a good signing? I've been watching more and more of him, and also more and more of United. Over the weekend, we played a double pivot of Collier and Casemiro, going more towards a 4-2-3-1 sort of setup. That's what we're looking at. That's the way we're setting up. That's where we're going forward this year. An attempt to maybe balance Manu and Ugarte long term, but also to shore up any of the gaps in the midfield. They're still propped up. I still think Ten Hag is being a little bit tactically naive, just a tad, but that is the intention. And to me, the fact that we're going more towards there, I'm feeling more and more sold on Manuel Ugarte as a Manchester United player. I see him being a serviceable squad player in the future and being a good enough starter for us this year. That's what I see Manuel Ugarte playing for us. Pletimo update, no change. You sure? I would be shocked if Falconer... Pletimo disagree. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked. Nothing has changed. FC Bayern still demand 50 million euros for Matthias de Ligt. They demand this amount from Manchester United and all other clubs. Bayern Munich will not lower their demand. The initial figures presented by MUFC are too low. Man United is playing for time and wants to lower the price. So no confirmation of an official bid. It's interesting. Everyone's being very... It's almost like a game of chicken at the moment. Interesting. Very interesting, chat. Very interesting. He was told January his contract wasn't being renewed. Who's that, mate? Who's that? Is that Varane? Yeah, no. It's a shame about Varane. I miss him. Oh, look, guys. You see the Varane post on Instagram with him and Bruno? Boys, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. Oh, I'm going to miss him. I really have a lot of fondness for Raphael Varane. I have a lot of fondness. He's one of my favourite players who stayed for us like a short amount of time. He's like a cult hero to me. He's like a cult hero. Honestly, it's just, ugh. Really upset me. They look so happy together. Oh, so frustrating. Could just be an informal bid. I think it's official. Pletimo didn't deny it's an official bid. He didn't deny it, which intrigues me quite a lot. It intrigues me quite a lot. Chat, we're 5 likes away from 75 likes. It would mean the world if we can hit that in the next few minutes. All your support has been absolutely wonderfully appreciated today. I have loved every second of this stream. Would you get both de Ligt and Davies, Alex? Yes. If they're going. I don't think they're going, but yes, absolutely. Love Raphael Varane, but sentiment is not going to move us forward. We need to get the Ligt, and we have Yo. It's not going to move us forward, but he would have been a superb mentor for Yo. He would have been a superb mentor. But chat, we're sort of waiting on news for the Ligt at the moment. We've covered all the PSG segment. We've covered about Manuel Ugarte. Chat, let me know. Manuel Ugarte, what do you think we're going to end up paying for him? And do you think he is going to have a good season at Manchester United this year? What is your minimum expectations for Manuel Ugarte? For me, I expect him to be a top ball winner. I expect him to not be rash. I expect him to cover a lot of ground and to make our midfield more secure. As long as tactically we aren't inept, I think we're going to be doing very, very, very solid next year. And he can be a crucial reason. Him and Kobe are both capable of covering the ground. I think it's on every Ten Hag to give them a platform to prove themselves. That's what I think. That's what I think. I also think Ugarte needs to get along with Kobe Manu in the midfield. Those who need to form some sort of connection. The same way we saw Varane and Sancho Martinez form a connection. The same way Rashi and Anto formed a connection. The same way Rashford and Shaw. Its connections are huge in football. And to me, that midfield double pivot, let's hope it's better than McFred. Let's hope that pivot works wonders for us. Ugarte is a good signing, hopefully. Hopefully, I'm coming around to it more and more and more. And chat, if you want to hear more about Manuel Ugarte and how tactically he's going to fit into the side, don't be going anywhere this week. Later on this week, hopefully in the middle of the week, there will be a special guest joining us on the channel. Giving you a little bit of a hint on who it is there. Make sure you subscribe. We're aiming for 10,000 subs. Make sure you don't miss that stream. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge, chat. I hope you're looking forward to it. Buddy Kodioglu, where are we with this? At the moment, who knows? I think we'd sell Al-Wan-Bissaka, then move forward with it. That's my feeling. That's my feeling. Ugarte is going to be at Uruguayan Terrier, and we already have the Argentinian Butcher. Guys, that's a fun way of saying it, isn't it? Ugarte is going to be so key in transition. He runs for days. I think describing him as a terrier makes sense. A bloodhound. No, not a bloodhound. A terrier makes a lot of sense. Atevia makes a lot of sense. He's unrelenting. He doesn't give up. He's so committed to covering ground. And I like that about him. I just think he's not disciplined enough in the middle of the park. But hopefully him being a double pivot might solidify us just a little bit. Ugarte to me is the best water carrier we can get at the moment. The best water carrier? Jonathan? You okay, brother? You good? You good, mate? What? Okay. Ugarte underwhelms me, to be honest. I feel there's so many better options, such as Zubimendi, for example. I mean, Zubimendi is a name we're talking about. We received a report from a few people over the last few days. Let's speak about Zubimendi very quickly. It's from Thai Marshall Men. Manchester United are looking at Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi as they continue to consider their options in midfield during the summer transfer window. Before you lot tell me, oh, Yoro was going to go to United, João Neves, he's going to go to PSG, we can get him to United. Zubimendi leaving the Basque region, leaving Spain is highly unlikely in my opinion. I don't see that deal happening. I'd love it. I'd love it, chat. I just don't see it happening all that much, unfortunately. Same, I mean, Amrabat as well. He's a midfielder. Adrian, Rabiot, all these names have been linked to us. I mean, before I talk about it, let's see. Who would you rather have as your second midfield signing? Midfield signing after Ugarte. Because to me, Ugarte will get done. To me, he's going to get done. So, Zubimendi. Let's go with Zubimendi, Amrabat. Stay with me, chat. Mods, can you make polls? Mods, can you make polls? I don't know. I'd love it if you can make polls. Zubimendi, Amrabat, Rabiot, or other. Chat, go crazy with this. Really send this poll to the moon for me if you don't mind. Get involved with this poll. Get involved. As I walk through all of the reports surrounding them. So Thai Marshall Men's been really good for the last few years now. Sort of providing I feel like anytime a scouting meeting happens or scouting meeting news trickles through the club, Thai is usually very good at getting on it and reporting about it. And he's done so here. He's got right on top of it. I think he's accurate. I think we are looking at Zubimendi. Enough people have spoken about that. So I do think he's an option for us. I don't think it's likely. I would love it, but I don't think it's likely. No, we can't, I'm afraid. Jonathan. Good God, mate. I don't think you guys know what a water carrier is. It's like the donkey, the hard worker, the man who carries the piano so the artist can play. That makes sense, mate. Thank you, LA. Thank you. I thought it was like a kit man. You know the man who like holds all the water bottles which the players drink from? That's what I thought it was. So yeah, that's what I'd go with. That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. I thought you lot were being really harsh to good old what's his name? To good old Ugarte. Sorry, chat, mine's all over the place at the moment. So much news coming in. It's so hard to keep track of all of it. Adrian Rabiot. That's the name being spoken about more and more. Romain CG75 says Adrian Rabiot is getting close to Manchester United. Rabiot's entourage have held talks with both United and Liverpool, but the player prefers to join United. I would love to believe this. I don't loads, to be honest with you. I'm choosing to believe it purely for the fact that he's saying he would prefer to join United over Liverpool, who also lost, 1-0 to Preston recently? It's so funny. I don't care. I know we lost 1-0 to Rosenborg. I couldn't give a singular damn. I love it. I love the Scousers flailing. I love it. I love it so much. Any of them, I don't trust this Collier brother. I quite like Collier. I didn't love him. I'm starting to like him. I've been watching more and more of him. Making some content about him really soon, chat. I'll let you all in on that when I make it. So yeah, I'm starting to like Collier a lot. He, to me, could be a good enough second midfield signing if it came down to it. So far on the poll, 55% of you are saying Zubimendi, 18% of you are saying Amrabat, 12% Rabiot, and 16% other. Chat, if you're saying other, there's 16 of you saying other. If you voted on that, you can tell me who your other person is. So tell me in the chat down below, put other and the name you say, and I'll read it out and talk about it with you. Good God. Adieri says, Carl Duncan, how are you, Malik? Oh, good God. Cannot read that. Cannot read that. Premium, we're not spending £60 million on Zubimendi. Would be good, but not going to happen. We don't have the money to solve every problem in one window. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I also don't think he's right for us at the moment. In the future, look, I think it's fair. He covers a lot of ground. It's what he's good at. It makes a lot of sense for him to come later on when the project is getting nearer completion. At the moment, doesn't make sense. Rios, I haven't watched enough of him is the problem. He's a former futsal player, but I'm told he's tenacious. So he really confuses me. Every futsal lad I've ever played ball with, they've been top, they've been silky. Tenacious is the opposite of the word I like to use for them. And last but not least, let's talk about Amrabat. We have not really gone in with his sort of, what is it? Let me find the actual report. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano says, Manchester United have informed Fiorentina that they will not trigger the €20 million buy option clause for Sofyan Amrabat. United remain interested in Amrabat and are willing to discuss different conditions as Erik ten Hag likes him. And against popular opinion on this channel, I quite like Amrabat. I mean, some of you agree with me. What is it? 15% of you said you want Amrabat. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I agree with you. For cheap enough, I'd say £8 million, £10 million. I think it makes a lot of sense to bring Sofyan Amrabat to the club. I think we're going to leave him waiting the entire window. I feel really sorry for him. I think he'll get to deadline day and he still won't know what he's doing and he will wait for us. And for that, I quite like him. I quite like him for that. I quite like him. Ugarte is a 6.5 out of 10. The undeniable Dylan says Edison is the man he wants to bring in. Everton are looking at him. As reported by Attacking Football. Not Everton. Liverpool are looking at Edison. That's who's looking at him. Jonathan Bull says, Rios says he looks like he's got a good combination of fearless tackling and press resistance. The thing about him fearless tackling though, as a former futsal player, he's used to playing against players who are much better on the ball, much silkier and much trickier to deal with. That's how you have to tackle those boys. You can't give them any space. You've got to thwack into them. And if he can deal with taking on a couple of futsal lads, he can sure as hell take on a couple of professional footballers. Trust me. I'll smash a like if you pick between either Ugarte or Palacios. Ugarte, mate. I'm coming round to Ugarte. I'm coming back to him. I'm trying to see what Ashworth, what Erik ten Hag, what Jason Wilcox, what Vivell sees in him. And I think I see what they're saying. I see what they're saying now. I don't agree, but I see what they're saying and there is a place for him at the football club. So please, mate, please smash that like button. Get involved in the chat down below. We're 12 likes away from 100 likes. I would love to hit that target today, chat. Got it, LA. Give me a second. Oh dear. Chat, I've got some Amrabat news coming. Stay around with me. Apparently the bid for Ligt was an official it was an official bid, apparently. Went over the weekend. That's funky, that. That's funky. Give me a second, chat. I might have some news on Amrabat coming in a second. Cool. Thank you, LA, mate. At the LA Matthews. Go give him a follow on X, everybody. Absolute superb news. A top bloke as well. And a great friend of the channel. He tells me that the current recruitment team were appalled by the terms of the buy option in the loan deal. And as much as they'd like to sign him, they refused to do so under the terms negotiated by Arnold. Deal may still happen under other terms. Chat, I'm someone who, let's say, has a lot of loyalty to Richard Arnold. I have a lot of loyalty to him. I have a certain connection there. But good God, chat. That is an appalling deal to negotiate, apparently. If it's that bad, Jesus Lord. The recruitment team just straight up said no. We're not doing this. Erik ten Hag probably would have wanted it. And they just said no. Ineos looked at that, took one proper look and went, not a chance are we ever going to do that. Not a chance, which I find that hilarious. Thank you, LA. I appreciate you, mate. I appreciate you. Finally, Alex Ugarte is good, man. I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's good. I would say I could see him working. I see him as a future squad player for the football club. That's why I see him. He was correct about that Tuesday Euro deadline. He has superb news. Excellent sources at the club. Excellent sources. It tells Ligt was serious, I suppose, keep him waiting. Exactly. The Ligt official bid is just sort of a saying to, it's telling Ligt, look, we're coming, give us some time, we'll get you eventually. Zubimendi is the man of the people at the moment. 50% of you say you'd rather have him as your second signing midfielder after you sign Manuel Ugarte. That's what I'd go with. Arnold's not a crook. Arnold wasn't a crook. He wasn't a crook. He wasn't a crook, chat. He wasn't a crook. The bid has been rejected by Bild's top German source. Unsurprising that they say that. Unsurprising. We already knew it. Folk's done really well, by the way. Congrats to Folk. Got a great exclusive. Props to him. Had a really good window so far, Folk. He's done really, really well. Him and Play Goal. Top winners for most of them. Top windows. Bruno is priceless. He's worth £100 million, mate. I love him to bits. He's a top player, but he is worth £100 million. And chat, unless we get any more news coming out, we're sort of done with the news section today, but stay around because I want to be talking to you about who are the players you have the most hope for this season. Say you're treating all the players at Manchester United Football Club like stocks. Who are you investing the most in the next season? Before I give you mine, I want you to list down 3 of them for me. There's over 130 of you in right now. I want to see as many names as you possibly can. Which players do you think are going to thrive next season? Who's going to surprise everyone? Or who do you expect to thrive and still expect to blow you out of the water anyway? Let me know. Let me know. Ellie Matthew says, Arnold is a good guy doing a job he's wildly unqualified for because the club refused to hire professionals in positions of authority in terms of transfers. Agreed. Arnold's a good guy. I can tell you that properly. Arnold's a good guy. Arnold was better than Woodward, a lot better, but they're not the same level as Bavard or Blanc. They're Premier League to his football league. I mean, look, I'm not saying Arnold was any good at his job at times. I think he messed up. I think he was misguided at points. I wouldn't say they're incompetent. They were just, as LA said, wildly unqualified. They just weren't ready. Murtough was a poor appointment. I don't love Murtough. I felt Arnold a lot more. Let's see who you have your stocks in for. David says Rashford, Ahmad and Xerxes. Andre says Joro, Kobe, Garnacho. Joshua wants the Glazers, really? Exactly, mate. Mohammed says Fabio's better than Amrabat. They're different profiles. I think Amrabat's profile has more value to us at the moment. We don't have that at the club. We have Scott McTominay at the club, who is Rabiot's profile, or they're very similar at least. Sosa, Marcus Dallo, and Anthony Dos Santos. Sosa, we're going to have issues again, bruv. Are we going to have issues again? Oh dear, brother. Oh dear. That last name is more of hope, to be honest. Yeah, I get that. He's not my uncle, mate. No, he's not my uncle. Ahmad Yoram Martinez with an injury-free season. Yeah, that's fair. WY Value is so much better than Amrabat. Oh, we're not going to... No, chat. Moving on. Who do you have hope for this season? Israel says Xerxes, Garnacho, Mainu, Shaw, Bruno. More than 3 names, but fair enough. WY, Xerxes, Yoro, and Mainu. Yeah. Seeing a lot of Xerxes, a lot of Mainus. Dan Mazungu, doesn't Ahmad only have 1 year left in his contract? I know he does, which is why it makes me over the moon that Manchester United are at the moment, according to Fabrizio Romano, engaging or planning contract talks with Amad Diallo in the future. That has made me over the moon, and he is one of the players I'm putting my stocks in. When it comes to players I have stocks in next year, it's Amad Diallo, it is Alejandro Garnacho, and my third option, I've thought about this a lot. I was thinking Lenny Yoro, and I wasn't really going to go there. I was thinking maybe Luke Shaw again. Again, I'm still fearful of his injuries. Lisandro Martinez, another name. Hell, I even thought Johnny Evans for a bit, thinking we'd have another centre-back crisis. I've settled on Andre Onana, a man who... a very controversial figure at this football club, a man who has had far too much criticism levelled at him over the past year. I think he's a top goalkeeper. He has faced far too many shots last season. Hopefully that changes this season. He's a top goalkeeper. On the ball, there's no one better than him in world football. In Europe, there's no one who comes close. That's why I say Andre Onana. That's why I say it. In a more stable system, I see him thriving at this football club. Amad Diallo is a man who, if you've been watching the channel for a while and you're a friend of the channel, yeah, he's my man. He's my man. Amad is my boy. I expect 15 goals and assists and more from him next season. Alejandro Garnacho, I expect him to have the breakout of breakout years. I still think Rashford will start most games. I think he will. I think Rashford's going to have a fantastic season. Garnacho will push him. Off the bench, 20 goals and assists. If he ends up starting, 25 goals and assists plus. That's what I think. That's what I think. Alejandro Garnacho, if you're watching, you have got a stan in me, my friend. You are phenomenal. Amad Diallo as well. That is my long-term wing pairing at United. It's perfect. Perfectly balanced. A phenomenal player down one side, taking the game by storm every single time. A more creative force. A good friend of mine is starting to tell me he's more of a goal-scoring threat than a creative threat. I disagree quite wildly to that. I think there's not a better creative player in the half spaces at United. I don't think there's one that even comes close. I think he has a future as a right-sided number 8. As a topic I'll be talking about with my special guest this week. Again, even a few more tidbits to those who've been watching the channel and me for a while. You will know who I'm talking about with that reference. It's younger players' time? Yeah, exactly. Alex Lavanana, because the name reminds me of Amadou. Nope. No, Joshy boy, I get what you're saying. I hate you for it, but hey ho. Enough with the sure hopes, says Sosa. Premium says, yeah, for Amad and Toby Collier breakthrough season. Not yet with Collier. Not yet. I was impressed with how physically able he looked. He looked really good physically. I was impressed by that. His physicality was impressive. In chat, we are nearly ending the stream at the moment. We've been on for an hour so far and we've hit our target of 100 likes. That has meant the absolute world to me. If you've liked already, you haven't hit the subscribe button. What are you doing? I'm here every day at 11 a.m. I will actually be here every day this week, Monday to Sunday, for absolute definite. Alex Talks All will be live with you, including one day this week with a special guest. And as always, Anil will be providing journalist interviews throughout the week as well. So make sure you subscribe for that. Any reporters on this week? There should be, mate. There should be. I'm not interviewing a reporter. I'll tell you that much. Paul Vasuma says, you are unwatchable. Thank you, mate. Oh, cheers, brother. I appreciate the support. I do appreciate the support. Christ alive. Chat, do you agree with me, though? Do you agree that Amad Diallo, Andre Onana and Alejandro Garnacho are the people who will be sort of the stars next year? Am I right putting those as the man I'm putting my stocks in next season? Personally, who are your standout journalists this summer besides Orny and Fab? Academy Scoop has been superb. Finley, spoken to him a few times. Absolutely top journalist. He's done so well this summer. Siam Mufazal, he's been brilliant. He's been really, really, really good. I think Pletty Gold's done well. Volk's done well at times. I still think Academy Scoop is my journalist of the summer so far when it comes to breakout stars. If you could say that, he's the one I'm putting my stocks in. Weird to say that about journalists, but that's what I'd say. What's up with people today? There's something in the air. Who knows, mate? Who knows? I appreciate all your support, though. And look, I put myself out here. It's what we expect. It's what you expect. But there we go, chat. We've sort of reached the end of the stream today. Let me check any last news before I log off and end the stream. Make sure you follow me at Alex Talks All. Last bit of good news. Rasmus Højlund and Christian Eriksen are set to return to Manchester United training today. It'll be interesting. Is Eriksen pictured in any of the training sessions? Or is he in Carrington today just to talk to Erik ten Hag and the other bosses about a move away from the club? Padula was Alfredo Padula. Well, let's that's a funky journalist. That's a funky journalist. And chat, make sure you follow me at Alex Talks All on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. There'll be a YouTube account of Alex Talks All coming very, very soon as well. You don't want to be missing any of my content soon. As well as that, mufcMPB. Make sure you follow us on all platforms on YouTube and on X. if you never want to miss a piece of Manchester United news. Thank you, chat. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. I appreciate all your support, and I will see you next time.